The AOC AGON AG322FCX is a unique curved gaming monitor. The reason why I say it is this monitor is using an aspect ratio of 16:9, whereas most curved gaming monitor that you see in the market right now still adopts the 21:9 aspect ratio. Now there's two benefits of using a 16:9, which I'm going to explain right now. The first benefit is watching Full HD videos. Now Full HD videos is still using 16:9 aspect ratio, so you can see that the video is been fill up the entire screen. Now if you use it on a typical 21:9 aspect ratio monitor, you notice that the Full HD video cannot be stretched completely and causing a black letterbox on the side of video. That does not look really cool. Now in the second situation is gaming. Now most game titles until today do and still support the Full HD standard, aka 16:9. Now oftentimes, if the game can support 21:9 aspect ratio, you notice the size is being stretched. And this may cause some discomfort to some people, especially like me, playing first-person shooter games like Overwatch. You notice that if you're trying to switch target like Widowmaker Sniper Base or Ana Sniper Base, switching target from the center of the screen, which is not distorted, to the side of the screen immediately, which is distorted, your aim can be a little bit disorientated before you can take the shot. So for some people, 21:9 aspect ratio may not be a suitable gaming aspect ratio for them. For me, I prefer still the 16:9 aspect ratio. Now, talking about the ratio aside, this monitor is 31.5 inch with FreeSync support up to 144 Hz. It uses a VA panel. It's a balance between a TN and an IPS screen panel with a viewing angle of 178 degrees from all angles, and also a curve radius of 1800 R. And stacking up three monitors, you can actually experience a full immersive gaming experience or viewing experience. But I do advise getting a mid to high-end graphic card if you want to play three monitors, maybe a GTX 1060 or an RX 470 and above. Physically, it's sexy with the tripod stand, ample room for cable management on the bottom part of the monitor as well as the back of the monitor with more than 15 cm space, which help with the LED glow. The side thickness is 1.5 cm, whereas the front left, top, right, the thickness is 1.2 cm, whereas the bottom part is 2 cm thick. A feature that I fancy on this gaming monitor is the LED system. There's two parts to it, the front bit and the back bit. I'm going to touch on the front bit first. The front bit has these two sexy lines where it glows the tabletop surface just the right amount. This is important for me because I play games in the dark, and if I want to find my phone and other stuff on the tabletop without ample lighting, it's hard. Having this extra glow adds aesthetics and also functionality. On the back as well, you have few of these smaller LED strips, and when you push the monitor against the wall, this LED will glow their color against the wall, creating a nice ambient and again aesthetics around the monitor's edge. Now, these LEDs are limited to three colors, which is red, blue and green. I wish in the next revision and the higher end model, they do offer the entire RGB spectrum, aka the 16.8 million colors for the user to choose from, because people may not want to pick just the standard three colors. They want in-between colors, for example orange, aquamarine blue, which is like my my PC setup behind me. But again, I'm comfortable with the three colors for now. I just hope they do the improvement for the next revision. As far as the light intensity is really good, you can go from low to even brighter LED glow. The screen has a matte finish which helps with cutting down as much glare as possible, and it has the 85% NTSC color gamut, 89% Adobe RGB, and also the 100% sRGB color gamut space. So for basic video and photo editing, it's great on this monitor, but just to note that the PPI is only 69. So for people who is editing photo, they may not be attracted to this monitor because the images may appear a bit soft due to the low PPI. But for basic color correction like saturation, adding colors, and also tweaking white balance and exposure, this would do good. So photographers may not be enticed with this gaming monitor, but for videographers like me or video editors like me, we would appreciate anytime 30-inch monitor and bigger. The reason is we can see our video preview bigger, and we can also see all our tabs for adjustment like exposure, color grading, color correction, audio mixing, and so on. So having a bigger monitor for videographers, video editors like us, we will appreciate it. And I had a lot of fun time playing with this monitor using Sony Vegas as well as Adobe Premiere, and I will appreciate it. I wish the PPI hit around 150 and above, but again, for an affordable price of this gaming monitor, I wouldn't mind the lower PPI. Located at the middle bottom part of the monitor is a small toggle that helps you access with the monitor's menu. Now the toggle is a little bit loose, and I wish it had some analog feedback or some resistance so the user have a better sense of what the toggle is actually doing at the bottom part of the monitor. It's a 5-way joystick to access your menu in 5 different ways. Pulling the toggle towards you tweaks the shadow control. A 50 to 60% is a good sweet spot for this monitor and in games. Pushing the toggle backwards enable which port to receive video signal from, like PC and also other source of video input. Pushing the toggle to the right, adjust the LED intensity and the color of choice. Pushing the toggle on the left helps you to choose the color profiles or the other moods that you want to use, for example like gaming color moods. Pushing the toggle center upwards will enable the other menu settings. Looking at the I/O, it has one DisplayPort 1.2, one HDMI 1.4, one DVI dual link, one VGA port, good for old system, and audio out. Ergonomic wise, it has a 23.5 degrees back tilt and also a 5.5 degrees front tilt. There is no height or swivel adjustment, but it's fine. It has a maximum power consumption of 45 watts, which is great, and also weighs a whopping 9 kilos. Now, it also supports VESA mount. Yes! Gaming monitor that supports VESA mount is awesome. Now, it also has this flip stand at the side of the monitor that helps you put your headphones when you're not using it instead of your tabletop. So that's a plus point to AOC for implementing this idea. I wish other gaming monitors do the same thing because we need to save our headphones from destruction on the top of the table by putting a lot of things on the table. Other features include low input lag, which helps with responsiveness for the gaming experience. Aside from that, they have the low blue light filter as well, the flicker-free technology that helps to avoid discomfort for prolonged sessions on the monitor. And also the shadow control to brighten the dark areas in the game mode so you can see some details better. Again, don't overkill, just set about 50 to 60%, that's the sweet spot. Now also, they have also different game modes and also color presets you can tweak on the fly to suit your needs. So now on to the fun bit right now, which is the gaming experience. So what I did is I used a Gigabyte AMD RX 460 card to test with this gaming monitor because it's good for 1080p games. I load up Overwatch, went to the training room, and also record the monitor on my Sony camera at 120 frames per second to see the FreeSync enable and disable and see the difference. Now with the FreeSync disable, man, there's a lot of tearing and artifact, especially when you're moving your mouse left, right, center. Now this is not a good news for FPS gamers like us, especially that requires aim like sniper and DPS characters that heavily relies on quick, accurate aims to tear down your enemy. Now tearing is bad in the game because it is very distracting and you are unable to follow your target well with these artifacts. Gaming on a big monitor has another advantage. Now typically on a 23-inch to 27-inch monitor, you have a playing distance of 50 to 60 cm. Now you go anything further like a meter plus, it feels really awkward because it does not fill up your field of view. So you need to put yourself way in front of the monitor to feel that field of view. And it feels a little bit uncomfortable, especially like my tabletop, which is only like 60 to 70 cm distance. I'm only limited to playing 50 to 60 cm. Now on a big monitor like this, you have an opportunity to go further distance from 60 cm to a meter away. And from my experience, by putting an extra table in front of my table, which is short, playing a 1 meter distance is really different from 50 to 60 cm. It's way more comfortable, you have more hand room to play with, and it feels like playing on a console, that kind of experience where you can sit on your couch and hold your controller and play from a distance. It feels that comfortable. In fact, this monitor, you can actually use it for your PS4 and Xbox as well. And it's really comfortable, so on. Another thing I want to stress is, yes, with a 16:9 ratio screen, you can see your video in full width and full length without seeing the letterbox if you go use a 21:9 aspect ratio. So that has been my review for this gaming monitor. Now remember to like and subscribe. Leave in a comment below what do you think about this gaming monitor, any questions, as well as recommendation for what product to review next. So see you guys in the next video.